Your living room can have good furniture, enough space, and even a nice style, but still feel awkward the moment you walk in. Maybe the seating feels off, the room looks unbalanced, or the layout just doesn't flow the way you want it to. And most of the time, the real problem is not what you bought, it's how everything is arranged. In this redesign, we're breaking down the exact layout issues that make a living room feel uncomfortable, and more importantly, how to fix them in a simple and practical way. So let's look at the 5 common problems in this living room and how each one is solved. At Design Burst, we don't just throw random ideas at your space, we study what you really need, how you live, what problems you face, and what style fits you best. Then we create detailed 3D renders, so you can actually see how your space will look before making any big decisions. Every plan is made to look beautiful and built to work for you. So, are you ready to transform your space? Visit our website or email us today and let's design your dream home together. Tip number 1. Fix the L-shaped problem. An L-shaped layout can be very useful, but when the furniture is pushed too close to the walls, the layout starts working against you instead of helping you. In the before layout, the seating is compressed into one side, so the corner feels disconnected and underused. Even though there is enough space, the room does not feel balanced because the main living zone is not clearly defined. So, when you look at the room, you do not immediately understand where the seating area begins. Now, instead of forcing everything to stay along the edges, the seating is pulled slightly inward. This one adjustment helps the living zone feel anchored instead of scattered. At the same time, the leftover corner can work better as a secondary function area with a lounge chair and a round wood side table, creating a simple reading nook. So rather than feeling awkward, the L shape starts to feel intentional. It now feels like a space designed for comfort and function, not just furniture pushed into a corner. And once the main seating zone is finally in the right place, the next thing to look at is how you move through the room. Tip number 2. Fix the TV placement issue. The next thing to check is whether the seating area is actually facing the right focal point. In the before layout, the TV console is placed on the right side of the room, but the seating does not relate to it as clearly, so the setup feels less balanced. Because of that, the TV does not feel like a strong focal point when you first look at the space. That is why the TV wall is repositioned, so the 2-seater sofa and 3-seater sofa can face it more clearly. That one change makes the viewing angle feel more natural and helps the whole room look more organized. It also makes the focal point easier to understand the moment you enter the space. That is why TV placement matters so much. It is not just about finding an empty wall. It is about making sure the focal point supports how the room is actually used. And once the focal point is finally in the right place, the entire room immediately feels more organized and easier to understand. Now let's fix how the seating area connects visually, because this is what makes the layout feel intentional. Tip number 3. Fix the walking path mistake. Even a well-styled living room will still feel awkward if the walking path is in the wrong place. As you enter through the entrance door, you have to walk right through the middle of the seating area and TV zone. Since this is also the main path going to another room or area, anyone passing through will interrupt the people sitting down or watching TV. So even if the furniture looks fine at first, the layout does not feel comfortable once you actually use it. Now, this is solved by changing the layout. Instead of letting the main circulation cut through the center, the path now moves along the open side of the room. Because of that, you can pass through the space without disturbing the viewing area, and the whole layout instantly feels more practical. More importantly, you'll notice that the living zone feels calmer because the movement no longer competes with the seating. And once movement around the room feels smoother, the space becomes more comfortable to use every day, not just visually appealing. Now let's see how to make the seating feel more connected, so everything works together as one unified space. Tip number 4. Use the right rug size. Now, let's move down to a detail that seems small, but can completely change how the whole seating area feels, and that is the rug size. The rug sits under the rectangular wood coffee table, but it does not extend far enough to connect the surrounding seating. Because of that, the furniture feels like it is floating around the rug instead of belonging to one group. So even if your sofas are technically in the right place, the room can still feel visually disconnected. Now, a larger area rug is used, so it extends farther beneath the 3-seater upholstered sofa, the 2-seater upholstered sofa, and the rectangular wood coffee table. That one change immediately grounds the seating area. Instead of looking like separate pieces, the furniture now reads as one intentional conversation zone. That is what a properly sized rug does. It gives the room structure without taking up more physical space. So if your living room feels disconnected, this is one of the first things you'll want to check. It's a simple change, but it makes the entire space feel more complete. And once the seating zone feels grounded, the last thing to fix is how the room feels when people actually sit and talk in it. Tip number 5, create a real conversation zone. Some layouts are arranged only for TV watching. That works to a point, but when every seat faces only one direction, the room can start to feel stiff. A 2-seater sofa and a 3-seater sofa face directly toward the TV console. That setup works for viewing, but it does very little to support interaction. So when guests come over, the room can feel less welcoming. Now the seating is arranged across from each other around the rectangular wood coffee table and large area rug. That one change makes the room feel much more social. Now people can face each other more naturally, but the TV still stays within view. So the room does not lose function. It simply becomes more flexible. And that is really the goal. A good living room should support both watching and conversation. Once your seating can do both, the room stops feeling awkward and starts feeling complete. It becomes a space where people naturally want to sit, stay, and connect, and that's when your living room stops feeling staged and starts feeling real. Fixing an awkward living room layout is not always about buying more furniture. More often, it is about making smarter layout decisions so the space feels clear, comfortable, and easy to use. Once the seating is properly anchored, the walking path feels smoother, the rug connects the furniture, the TV aligns with the layout, and the room supports conversation. Everything starts to feel more natural. So, before you replace your furniture, try rethinking how the room is arranged. You might be surprised how much better your living room can feel just by fixing the layout first. Your home deserves the same, but instead of guessing what furniture to buy or how to lay out your space, you can get a clear design plan first. And if you need help with your own space, you can visit our website at www.designburst24.com and reach out to us via email or WhatsApp. And you'll get a detailed 3D plan, furniture options, and a clear shopping guide. And don't forget to subscribe for more real home design.